Have you ever felt stuck when it comes to your credit score? You know it's important, but it seems impossible to improve. Maybe you've been trying for months or even years with no success. Well, I'm here to tell you that it's not only possible to raise your credit score, it's totally within your reach. In fact, I was able to increase mine by over 100 points in just 30 days. Stick around, and I'll share exactly how I did it step by step, so you can do it too. Before I jump into the specifics, let me tell you, my credit score wasn't always something I was proud of. In fact, for a long time, I felt like I was always going to be stuck with a low score, paying high interest rates, and getting rejected for loans. It felt like there was no way out, no way to change my situation. But deep down, I knew that something had to give. So, I set a simple goal: raise my credit score by 100 points in 30 days. I wasn't sure if it would work, but I was determined. And by the end of that month, I'd done it. I want to show you exactly how I did it so you can do it too. The first step in my journey was to get a clear understanding of where I stood. I pulled my credit report from all three major credit bureaus: Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian. Now, you might be thinking, why do I need to do this? Here's the thing. If you don't know what's on your report, you can't fix what's wrong. It's really that simple. So, the first thing you need to do is pull your credit report and take a good look at it. When I looked at mine, I was surprised by a few things. There were some old accounts that I had forgotten about, a couple of errors, and some lingering balances that I could easily take care of. There was also a collection account that I didn't recognize at all. The point is, your credit report is the foundation. Without it, you're flying blind. The next thing I did was tackle my debt. This was probably the most important step. I focused on paying down my high-interest credit card debt. Now, I'm not saying you need to pay off everything overnight. That's not realistic for most of us. But if you can reduce your credit card balances, you'll immediately improve your credit utilization ratio. And here's why that's important. Your credit utilization, the amount of credit you're using versus your available credit, makes up about 30% of your credit score. So, keeping that number under 30% can have a huge impact on your score. Another thing I realized was that I didn't need to close any of my old accounts. I used to think that closing old accounts would improve my score, but I was wrong. The longer your credit history, the better it is for your score. In fact, your credit history makes up about 15% of your score. So, if you have old accounts with no balance, just leave them open. It's an easy way to boost your score over time. At this point, I had taken care of the biggest issues on my report and made some smart moves with my debt. But there was one more thing that really made a difference: automating my payments. I used to miss payments now and then, and honestly, that's one of the fastest ways to hurt your credit score. I set up automatic payments for all my bills, ensuring I'd never miss a due date again. It was a game changer. Not only did it help me avoid late fees, but it also improved my payment history, which, by the way, makes up 35% of your credit score. But here's the thing. Even after all this, my score wasn't where I wanted it to be. So I did one more thing. I disputed inaccuracies on my credit report. That collection account I didn't recognize, I disputed it, and it was removed. That alone helped my score jump by a good number of points. Now, this is where the real lesson comes in. All these steps took time. They didn't work overnight, and that's the part a lot of people don't realize. Improving your credit score is a marathon, not a sprint. It requires patience, consistency, and dedication. But every small step you take will bring you closer to your goal. If I could raise my score by over 100 points in 30 days, then you can absolutely do the same. It's all about taking those first steps and sticking with it. The power to improve your financial future is in your hands. You don't have to settle for a low score. You don't have to feel stuck. You can change your financial situation one step at a time. So, let's recap. The first thing you need to do is check your credit report. Then, focus on paying down your debt. Keep your old accounts open, automate your payments, and dispute any inaccuracies. And most importantly, be patient. It will take time, but your efforts will pay off. Remember, it's not about where you are right now, it's about where you're going. Your financial future is bright, and the first step toward that future starts with you taking control of your credit. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button, leave a comment if you have any questions, and don't forget to subscribe.